Aren't I? Oh, well, hey, I'm happy to do Gangplank. That's fine. But usually the way it works is the champs we don't play are the ones on the block. Those are the ones up for auction. The day Skroka gets it is the day I will end it all. Well, he's not a mod on Discord, so it's not going to happen. Remember what I said? You got to be a mod on Discord.
Fight like a man, or die like a dog.
Or fine, don't worry about it.
Slack on my ship.
Just health stuff.
Yo, what up, Captain? You good?
We're good, no worries. Chill mod, thank you, buddy.
Scurvy wretch. Dash him against the rocks.
I feel like if I was to duo queue right now and just try hard Gangplank every game, we would get masters in no time. Yeah, I gotta flash that. I really do feel like if we were to duo queue with someone who also plays a carry, stall a game, the better for GP. He's running to his jungler.
Yo-ho! I'll carve my name into their bones. You've work to do. Get on it.
Oh.
Sink or swim, lads. Cruelty with purpose, boys. Scurvy wretch.
I would have tried to gank mid instead of going top for no reason. You know what? Maybe that works. Fiora's gonna win that. There's no way Kel wins it. What a champ. It's Conqueror and it's Longsword. Fucking OP. If this guy was to dash into me, he'd be dead. Good bait. He actually thought I was griefing into him. What the fuck? Wait, Bjergsen's playing TF? Wait, Bjergsen is playing League on stream right now? What is this, 2014? No way. Bjergsen is streaming League of Legends right now.
Get to work!
That's not happening.
2 years now, wow, all for my brother Tobias the pirate boss.
Hey, Zero, thanks, man. Welcome back, buddy. Thank you for the 2. Dyrus and Cutie are all playing, really. It's the comeback. Oh my god. A lot of people do want to come back to League. And, you know, League is a great game. It's just the people who fucking you play with are the reason it sucks dick, usually. But then again, that's your own doing as to how you kind of want to deal with them. But I've always liked this game. And I think most people love this game as well. It's just a matter of, like, your attitude towards others in ranked is really how it goes.
All I ask is a good ship and a bad.
Okay, top lane has 8 farm and is 1 in 5. I think the game's doomed. I mean, it's fine to be toxic. Who gives a shit about toxicity? It's a matter of, like, why you're toxic. And, you know, if what you're saying is justified, like, if you're going to be toxic and say your team is dog shit, and they're actual dog shit, you're just venting, and that's fine. But there's no reason to wish death upon anyone, or, you know, wish ill intent towards someone's family because they fucking lost in a video game. Like, fuck off, man. Same thing with race and sexuality and all that stuff. Like, just piss off. Fucking dumbasses. If you want to go vent and say your team is dog shit, I'm for that. I don't mind that. But, you know, that's about it. Just keep it bants. I mean, that's what people do in games anyways. It's the nature of competitive things is to just be toxic. But it's to what degree of toxicity. And I really wouldn't even say that calling someone trash is toxic. I wouldn't. That's just, like, come on. You know, a little bit too soft. OT question mark? Okay, but that was justified. That was wholly justified. That's different. And that's clearly a joke. Clearly a fucking joke. Justify. You need to know context before you even say anything about that. You need to know my context. And the thing with Riot Games is that they don't really care about context, which I can kind of respect as well. Because it's your choosing to even be angry, right? Although it's kind of justified. Like, as an example, if someone runs it down and you're trying to win and you're putting your heart in every game, you should be mad. Realistically. Someone can tell you, oh, who gives a shit, it's just a game. Okay, but it's ranked, and it's your time. Even if it is a game, it's still you spending 30 minutes of your time for literally nothing. Right?
Set course for the docks.
That's the big thing. Not to mention, you, like, you know, come on, you can do something else if you're gonna be fucking griefing. Go play normals or something. The dog going crazy. It's not my dog. Lying. Ah, it's too much, I can't. Well, there goes the 1v1. I mean, context is important, but, like, Riot doesn't care about context, because I believe the whole thing is that, well, why are you even getting mad to begin with? Right, that's the big thing. Yo, Atlan Keys! Oh shit, it's Sona. Hey Sona, how you doing, dude? Yo, when are we gonna do the Bilgewater stuff, man? When do you want to record some shanty tunes for Riot? Some tavern tunes. Do I need to fly out to California? Do you guys have the funds for that? It's all included, right? Mafia, thanks, bud. The only, like, thing I've ever been a part of that's been entirely paid for was MXM. Anyone remember the MXM event? Which I've talked about countless times. That event was entirely paid for. Like, they flew me out to California. We stayed at a hotel. We had dinner. It was very, like, extravagant, but it was a bunch of sweaty gamers who were out of shape. Like, we'll be sitting down in a nice-ass restaurant with, like, servers and shit and multiple courses, and we're just a bunch of gamers. Like, it felt off. Just a little bit.
But I'm worse.
Okay, what do you call someone who's not a gamer then? Or rather, is a gamer?
A scared man.
Riot already fixed the dodge meta. You can't dodge as much anymore. You know, the one way I believe Riot could save ranked and have people try hard every game is if you actually were doing
Into the wind.
better punishments, I think. I believe harsher punishments, if they were in place, would absolutely wisen people up. You give better rewards for people who actually care, and then harsher punishments for those who don't. You'd fix ranked. You really would, in my opinion. Do whatever the fuck you want in normal games and all that shit, but in ranked, it's just a different story. And they even made that very apparent in their chat logs and everything, so... That was the only reason I was fucking banned, is because everyone mass reported me on both teams for no reason, and I was actually playing the best unironically.
Cowards understand fear.
Like, there needs to be a way to where you can't really abuse the system in terms of, like, a mass report. Kind of like how Twitch has a mass report feature. Like, a lot of small streamers complain about being banned and having to worry about hate raids and stuff, and because people report the shit out of their stream after they do the things themselves, it will ban them. You know, it's stuff like that. They need to implement more systems or things to just kind of better the experience overall, I think. Yeah, but, like, for doing what? What is so challenging with Kayn that he should be able to do what he does in most games, is my problem. What is the Kayn player actually doing, except not dying in the early game, to be rewarded with such power? Like, he just doesn't have anything that stands out that says, yes, I deserve what I have right now. Kind of like Kayle. Yeah, exactly, just like Kayle. You know? And then you think, like, oh, what about GP? Right? GP's in that same boat. He has to survive, but then he pops the fuck off. I DM'd you on Discord? Yeah, I gotcha. Check it out after this. Like, I like champs that have very obvious skill expression, and in some designs, I just can't see that. Whether that's the items they're building, or just the overall champion. I think a good example of this would be Kayle. Kayle has no skill expression whatsoever. Kayn, I can understand, has a little bit more to look at, but it still kind of boils down to, like, if I scale, what makes me different from anyone else playing this champion? You know, how can I show that I'm a better player mechanically? You know, what can I do? The whole game is no skill expression? That's not true. Not true. I think one of the most skillful champs in the game...
I don't care if the others like you.
One of the most skill expression, if that's the word, based champions in the entire game is one of my most hated champs, and that's Zed. I think Zed has some of the best skill expression in the entire fucking game, and he is also quite obnoxious, but I just don't like the way he functions. I don't like having to build an item to beat him, despite him having a shit ton of expression. Azir as well. Yeah, Azir too. Yep. GP, 100% GP. Twisted Fate, not so much. But Twisted Fate's a very basic
What
champ.
do you think of making it so it is impossible for people to perform on a research paper on their teammates, by just making it so you can't see who you played with until after the game ends, kinda going with what Nice said here?
It'd be interesting, but I don't know if that's good.
My
LeBlanc is skill expressive, but yes, she is. I just think that champ's obnoxious
A
as
sight
fuck,
for
though.
scurvied eyes.
What about less micro-heavy champions like mages?
Like TF? Well, who's a very micro... I mean, what's the hardest mage in the game, do you think? I'm gonna say Aurelion Sol or Azir, right? Maybe Vel'Koz is pretty up there. I don't think Sol's even a mage. I don't really know what you'd categorize a Sol as. Azir's up there. I'm not going to say Ryze at all. I think people really have this wrong understanding of that champion. Everyone thinks Ryze is trash and, you know, he's blah, 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 but he's not. Ryze is really good.
Sink or swim, lads.
Syndra Orianna. I don't think Syndra is harder than Azir. Because the thing with Syndra is she's very self-contained. Azir isn't. Azir has to be doing things outside of his own champion to be useful. Not to mention he goes in for most of his kit, at least in terms of the ulti usage and all that shit. Ori's difficult, but she's still very self-contained. I would absolutely say Azir is harder than Orianna. That's not even a competition. I would say Azir, Asol, or Vel'Koz are very, very, very skill expression-y. Very, very, very up there. For sure. Vel'Koz has 0 skill expression. Okay, we could drop Vel'Koz down a little bit. Vel'Koz requires 0 skill. You're wrong. That is so wrong.
What
That's not
about
true.
Yone and Viego? Wouldn't they be less skill-dependent than Kayn?
Yes.
They're all toxic champions regardless, just wondering.
Yone has the most skill expression of all 3, in my opinion. Viego is as basic as it gets. There is no skill expression in Vigo's kit. There's none. He's just very stock standard. I get to you, you die, blah, blah, blah. I get resets with ult. The only thing skill expression-y with Viego is the ultimate. And, you know, chaining different abilities from different champs, stuff like that. That's it. Vigo's base kit is very, very easy. But I think that's the reason why his ultimate's so extravagant. He's basically Shang Tsung, right? Just like a E-boy Shang Tsung. I feel like Yone does have a bit of skill expression that he clearly, you know, demonstrates throughout the game. But he's still very much kind of get in your face, right-click and you die type deal. With a million shields and healing. But I'm for sure going to say Asol or... He's got shield bow. She won't die from this. Oh. It's okay. I can get Baron here.
Leona has lots of skill expression.
Cap.
You know a good way to be a real pirate? Blast Sea Shanty 2.
Apparently that guy was, Apparently the person who did Sea Shanty was up for charges for sexual assault or something, I don't know. Though I do miss RuneScape. The RuneScape tunes. Okay. Most potential in the game to carry, I'm going to say Aurelion Sol. But I think Azir might be the best in terms of the hardest to play. I don't think Aphelios is that complicated.
I don't even have a message this time. Here's 100 bits, my friend.
Hey, thank you, buddy. No worries, no worries. Kiana? Fuck no, Kiana. Kiana is just full of gimmicks. That champ is not even close to Azir.
Everyone pays.
How hard do you think Riven is?
She's the hardest top lane in the game outside of GP. For sure. I would say the 3 hardest top laners would be Riven, Gangplank, and maybe mastering Irelia. The only thing Irelia I don't agree with is her passive. Irelia's passive is anything but skill expression. It's absolute shit. Scion's one of the harder ones too, yeah. I don't think Scion's problem is that, like, Scion's good, but he's just very lackluster, right? Like, I'm not saying Babis or anything is all garbage and whatnot. Like, obviously he's not if he made high elo with Scion, but Scion is just... He's a completely different champion from everyone else in top lane, in my opinion. Like, he's anything but Flash. Right? You want Flash? Go look at fucking Fiora. Go look at Camille. Go look at,
Tarek is the hardest
Aurelia.
support, just spitting straight facts.
Tarek.
You've work to do. Get on it.
Got a girlfriend today. I'm happy IN.
Nice. You'll lurk. Thanks, buddy. I'm happy for you, man. Good luck. Good luck.
You dare slack on my ship? I'll carve my name.
Team, thanks, buddy. Welcome. Game is so over. Lol.
Sink or swim, lads.
GP is one of them. GP is one of the harder champs in the game to play for sure. GP is all about skill expression. The only thing that he was lacking earlier on.
Did you see that scripting Scion in T1 game other day, even when cheating, that Scion was straight terrible?
Oh, because the guy sucked. He's cheating. No shit. I've had the guy in my game. Imagine having to cheat to even win. Lol. And you still lose. Or at least, maybe come close to it.
A sight for scurvied eyes.
Where would you rank Talia among this discussion?
She's up there, 100%. There's nothing wrong with Talia. I think she's very balanced. I think Talia is actually extremely balanced as a champion. She feels a lot like Orianna.
Joy/fulfillment playing GP and doing well than I ever have playing Kayn.
Of course.
Then Kekwonk, here comes Eve/Kayn/Silas/Echo/Trin.
Yep.
Joyfully a skill I have click-ons that one-shot lol get gub.
You've work to do. Get on it.
Mariano, thanks, buddy. Welcome, welcome. I mean, the reason GP will always feel good to win with, because you have to work for your win. Nothing is free with Gangplank. That's why.
A sight for scurvied eyes.
Not your specialty, but what are the hardest supports? Bard, Thresh, Janna?
Janna, whoa, no. You're gonna go Pike, Bard, Thresh. I would say are a good start. Pike, Bard, Thresh, 100%. Okay, Pike is hard to carry a game with, is what I'm saying. He's got a lot of good tools in his kit. It's just a matter of using them properly. So what makes Bard harder than Pike? Literally, in my opinion, nothing. There is nothing hard in Bard's kit at all compared to Pike's kit. What's so hard? The ultimate? Oh, what? Dropping a giant ult anywhere you want? That's hard, right? It's all about roaming. League of Legends characters aren't hard to play. It's about how good they are in-game in terms of carrying matches. It's never about using their kit. Their kits are never the problem. You've got 4 buttons. You're not running a fucking marathon with your fingers. It's just these champs have more potential than most. That's why. Oh, we won. Pyke and Bard just have very high chances of carrying games. They have a lot of potential to win.